Hello, it's your boy Forpiece back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the best arcs in One Piece. I'm gonna be ranking them, and I know I haven't been uploading in a little while, but I've been going through some things, but I've got some of them resolved. And anyway, let's get straight into it, not waste any time. And yeah, so the first one's gonna be Romance Dawn, and Romance Dawn for me is gonna be in A tier. Uh, it's the beginning of One Piece. It has a bit of a slow start, but it still gets you. It still gets you wondering what's going on with Luffy and him punching a fish and all that. So, yeah, I definitely have to put it in A. Orange Town, Orange Town. I'm definitely gonna have to put that also in A. Very enjoyable arc. I did love the fact that we got to see Nami for the first time and Buggy being an idiot. You know, definitely has to be an A. Syrup Village. Syrup Village also I'm gonna have to put it in A actually. Because Syrup Village for me, I think that was the arc that made me love One Piece. The whole thing with Captain Kuro and the whole thing with Kaya, her sickness, and him trying to use like it's just a very good storyline. Meeting Usopp for the first time and him being a bitch and being a whole liar and all that shit. It was pretty funny to me. And yeah, man. So definitely good, very good arc with that one. Barati. This is definitely the first arc that has to go into S. Definitely by far, he has to go into S with that one. Meeting Sanji, seeing Zeph for the first time, and all that. The Zoro's moment against Mihawk, definitely one of the best moments in the entire series. You know, and yeah. Next one is Alarm Park. It's definitely going over Barati. I'm sorry, Alarm Park is definitely going Barati. It's 100% going over Barati. Meeting Arlong, Nami's backstory and everything, and yeah. Logtown. Logtown for me, I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put it over Romance Dawn here in A tier. Nothing really crazy thing happens. Just we meet Smoker, Dragon for the first time, and yeah, nothing too crazy. Reverse Mountain. Reverse Mountain, I'm gonna have to say B tier. The reason why I put Reverse Mountain and B tier, for me, it's nothing too crazy happens. We see Laboon and all that shit. Nothing too crazy, and but it's not bad either. It's definitely not bad either. Whiskey Peak. Whiskey Peak, I'm gonna have to put it in A tier. Very entertaining. Luffy versus Zoro. That was actually pretty funny. It was pretty goofy. Also, I like the Zoro versus the 100 people, and yeah, pretty fun. And the villains had pretty interesting powers as well. Little Garden, Little Garden, Little Garden. I'm gonna actually have to put in A or under Romance Dawn, just because like meeting Dory and Broggy for the first time, just very, I don't know, just gave me sentimental vibes, especially with the new arc that's here now and seeing what's going on. It just gives me sentimental vibes. The Giants are pretty cool and funny, so yeah. Drum Island, Drum Island. This is definitely going to be in I'd say on top of A tier. I want to put it S because me personally, Drum Island, we meet Chopper for the first time. The one, he had that moment with Luffy climbing the mountain trying to save Nami and Sanji. One of the most underrated feats in the entire One Piece, in my opinion. One of my favorite moments. But we meet Chopper for the first time, and nothing too crazy happens. But it was an amazing arc, and I did enjoy it, 100%. Alabasta, S, obviously S tier. It's definitely S tier. Crocodile, Luffy losing twice. You know what I'm saying? Like Luffy got boomed twice, but then he ended up beating Crocodile. The creative ways, the way he beat Crocodile. We meet Ace for the first time, so yeah. Jaya, Jaya, I'm gonna definitely put at A tier. On top of Drum Island, Jaya was definitely a good arc. I love the fact that the Luffy punching Bellamy was one of the most satisfying moments in all of One Piece for me. He was pretty much a dickhead. What else? What else? What else? What else? We meet Blackbeard for the first time, which is insane, and we learn about Skypiea for the first time as well. And speaking of that, Skypiea, Skypiea, I'm definitely gonna put over Sabaody. Not over Arlong Park, but Skypiea is definitely an S tier arc. Some people may disagree with that one, and you guys let me know your opinions down below. Just letting you know, let me know your opinions down below. But also, also, Skypiea definitely is an S tier arc in my opinion. That's just me. Yeah, all the lore behind it and the whole Sky Island Luffy versus I know, just very fun arc. Long Ring on Long Island. I'm gonna have to put this in D tier. I didn't really like it. I didn't really care for it. I did like the Afro Luffy segment, but other than that, you know, the island looks pretty cool. But other than that, I didn't care for Foxy. I didn't care for the whole Davy back fight. It was pretty boring to me. I didn't really care for it. Water 7. Water 7 for me is a S tier arc. 100% S tier arc. The whole thing with Usopp getting jumped and then Straw Hats getting back, Usopp versus Luffy, Robin betraying them, meeting Sleepy 9 for the first time. It's just a very good arc. Enies Lobby. Enies Lobby is definitely gonna be an S tier arc for me. Enies Lobby, Gear Second, beat every Straw Hats beating CP9, the Robin I Wanna Live moment, just beautiful. Post Enies Lobby, I'll put B tier. Nothing too crazy about it. Nothing too crazy. As a matter of fact, I'll put it in C. Actually, I'll put it in C. Nothing too crazy. We meet Garp and sing for the first time, but you know, just kind of meh. Thriller Bark, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Over Reverse Mountain. Nothing too crazy happens, but it's not bad either. We see the Straw Hats fighting. We had the Zoro moment, the nothing moment. Nothing too crazy about that happens. And yeah, Sabaody, we'll have to put it in S tier, obviously. I'll put it over Arlong Park in my opinion. Sabaody is a very great arc. The Straw Hats losing, Luffy punching a Celestial Dragon, meeting Kizaru for the first time, meeting all these powerhouses, all these powerful opponents. It's very frightening in my opinion. So it was pretty sad, not gonna lie, when Luffy and them lost. It was kind of sad, but it was very shocking, and that was the amazing part about the arc. Amazon Lily, B tier. Nothing too crazy happens on Amazon Lily. I like Boa Hancock, but other than that, pretty medium. Impel Down, definitely an S tier arc. I'm gonna definitely put it over Skypiea and over Arlong Park in my opinion. The Impel Down, it was just the stakes behind it. Ace being almost saying to be executed, all that shit, all that bullshit. You know, Luffy going down, getting destroyed by Magellan, then going back up and escaping the way he escaped and everything. And him almost surviving, him almost dying or whatever. It's just a very great arc. It was very great. Marineford, S tier, obviously. Whitebeard dying, Ace dying, meeting Blackbeard, having 2 Devil Fruits, Shanks stopping the war, Luffy experiencing another loss in a row, a 3rd loss in a row. It's just, yeah, definitely there. Post war, I'd actually put it, I'll put it on top of B. No, actually, I'll put it on the bottom of A, because the reason why is because we got to see the Luffy and Ace backstory and Sab backstory for the first time. Get to know a little bit more about Luffy and his background and him recovering from the war arc with Ace and whatever. It was just beautiful to see. Return to Sabaody, I'm definitely gonna put an amazing arc. Over Romance Dawn. Kind of like an introduction. It's like a new reintroduction of Luffy and the Straw Hats again. Luffy getting new powers and everything. Just all around beautiful. That's just all around beautiful, and I definitely gotta put it there. Fishman Island. Fishman Island was not too crazy to me in my opinion. I put it B tier. Like it's like a Thriller Bark. It's just Straw Hats basically overpowering the opponents, and we get to see their new powers for the first time, which is pretty hype. But other than that, nothing too crazy. Punk Hazard, amazing arc. Punk Hazard, I'm gonna have to definitely put it on top of A. I did love it, and it's very entertaining. I love the whole segment of the kids being drugged and like, you know, and they're trying to stop the Caesar guy because he's a fucking psychopath. And we meet Aokiji and Doflamingo for the first time, and we had their backstory of Akainu and Aokiji. So yeah, definitely a good arc. Dressrosa, Dressrosa, it was too long for me, bro. I'm gonna have to put it over Punk Kaiser because it was still a great arc, but I feel like it could have been shorter. And there's too much characters for me to keep track of. But other than that, it was a very great action. Gear 4 bounce band, and whatever. Anyway, Zawa, B tier. B tier, definitely B tier. Nothing really happens, but it wasn't a bad arc. You get to see the Minx for the first time. And yeah. Whole Cake Island. Whole Cake Island is definitely gonna be a S tier arc for me. I think it's one of my favorite arcs in the entire series. Luffy versus Katakuri. It was too long, I guess, like the last one, but got to see Luffy versus Cracker, Luffy versus Katakuri, and Big Mom. Reverie. B tier. Nothing really happens. Wano. S tier by far. S tier. I'm gonna put it over Alabasta too. Same thing. It was too long, but the whole theme of Wano was so beautiful. The whole backstory of Odin, the battle against Kaido, Luffy finally becoming a Yonko. It just a all-time great story, and of course Gear 5. So yeah. And finally, Egghead Island. Egghead Island is definitely gonna be an S tier. It's not finished yet, but Egghead Island right now, as far as I can say, it's the best arc for me. It's the greatest arc right now. We're getting so many new developments, and we even meet Vegapunk for the first time. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Stay blessed, stay safe, stay strong. Share your opinions down below, and yeah, peace.